Well, when I tell you it rained, it pours, boy. I tell you, when it rained, it pours. Well, Puff Daddy just did the unthinkable, boy. Boy, Diddy just did the unthinkable. Boy, Diddy just did the unthinkable, boy. It never fails, though. Because you got some people, man, that seal their own fate, right? Motherfuckers seal their own fates. Let me get this camera cleaned up a little bit. Motherfucker will literally seal their own fate and try to find a way out. Like blaming the system or whatever, right? And I was saying to myself, man, Cassidy, all these people participated in this shit with Puff Daddy, right? But don't nobody want to admit that they was wrong. Everybody want to throw everything on Diddy. Now, y'all know Diddy beat the feds. What I mean about beat the feds, he won a couple of the charges. You know what I'm saying? He got off, right? But now, man, they trying to send this man up shit creek for a long time, bro. They trying to send P. Diddy up shit creek for a long time. And I don't know how this shit gonna play out. I promise you, I don't know how it's gonna play out, right? But one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I'm streaming Free Diddy. Free Diddy. That's what I'm streaming, man. Because you got to think about it. Cassidy, Ventura, all those people, they knew what they was doing, bro. They knew what they was doing. They already knew that shit. All of them partake and participated in that sex shit with Puff Daddy. All of them had something to do with it. It wasn't just Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But I want to come on here and share this video with y'all, man, because I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Somebody say they just found, well, I got word, and I don't know how true it is, so don't y'all quote me on this. I heard Diddy just got found guilty and they gave him 11 years in feds, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, they just gave the man 11 years for two simple petty ass charges, right? Can't argue with you on this one. Yeah, man. I just wanted to just stop by, man. Y'all guys know I got death in my family. My aunt passed at the age of 82. She get buried tomorrow. But you know, other than that, man, I was just sitting here because you know somebody hit me up off of Instagram, bro. They was like, man, you're not gonna cover that P. Diddy thing. And I was like, man, you know, I don't really talk about anything outside the scope of politics or whatnot. But, you know, I would kind of like come on here and just kind of like let people know that it don't matter if you're a celebrity or not. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I just got a notification. But anyway, they don't care about your status, man. One thing about the government and the feds, man, if they want you, they gonna get you. But in this case, you know, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love, Sean Combs, however you want to say it, he did the unthinkable. You know, he beat the feds. You know, he beat the most serious charges. You know, the racketeering, the sex trafficking. You know, the charges that could have put him away for life for the rest of his life. He beat those charges, but he was still found guilty on two lesser included offenses, and each one of these charges carried 10 years apiece. So now you got Cassidy Ventura all up in the courtroom and all the other victims, I guess, that spoke through the trial saying that they scared for their life or they let Puff Daddy out. Then they're scared of, retributions. He going to try to do something to them, try to do something to their families and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. That man ain't finna do none of that crap. You know, it's just they don't want him out. And Cassidy, she was just as wrong as Puff Daddy. Just for the people that probably don't know, Cassidy, she participated in the sexual acts. Even when Diddy was out of town and wasn't even around, she was calling people's up, paying people to come over and knock her off, bro. So that judge, to me, is biased. I think at the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. Do I think Sean Combs should be held accountable for his actions? Of course I do. I'm not saying that he shouldn't get nothing. The man is sat in jail for what, over a year? You know what I'm saying? So what's appropriate? Either you're going to give him the 18 months that the lawyers are respectfully requesting, or you're going to let the man walk. What are you going to do? It ain't no need to keep sitting here wasting these tax-earned dollars, man, on some bullshit like that. You know, like I said, they just hate, they couldn't convict him. They wanted to give that nigga life. You right, Frank. They wanted to give him life. They wanted to put, because everybody's saying that Puff Daddy orchestrated the hit, the murders, the assassination of Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Everybody is saying that. Still to this day, they saying Diddy had something to do with that. Gene Deal is on every fucking platform you can think of on YouTube saying that Diddy did this and Diddy did that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Keefe D saying the same thing. So, you know, me, I just feel like it's karma. You know, if he done that, or if he done something other than that, you know, karma is getting him. And basically what the system is letting him know, it don't matter how rich you get or how much money you got, at the end of the day, you can still be subjected to prosecution. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, look at the bullshit they did to Trump. Look at all them bogus ass felonies that they threw on Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to think about it. You know, I think if Diddy wouldn't have never said the bull crap that he was saying about President Donald Trump, I think Trump would have already pardoned him by now. What y'all think? I think Donald Trump would have already pardoned P. Diddy, and he would have been home with his family a long time ago. But due to the fact that, you know, the old saying go, you never bite the hand that feeds you. So Puff Daddy and Donald Trump had a great personal relationship, and Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying, he broke the code. So, you know, and so he had to deal with this on his own. But at the end of the day, what I want y'all to know is this right here, man. You know, a lot of people are saying a lot of bad things about Puff Daddy, Sean P. Diddy, Combs, Brother Love, like I said, whoever, whatever you want to call him. But I will say this right here. Everybody knew what was going on, man. They participated in that shit with Puffy, bro. You're not going to sit here and tell me nobody had no knowledge of knowing what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And so they tried to paint the man out to be like a savage. Like Puff Daddy was just this sex offender. You know what I'm saying? This dude that was obsessed with baby y'all. Like just sending motherfuckers out to Walmart, convenience stores, and buying all the baby y'all out. You know what I'm saying? That's how they had it set. And so now we got Cassie Ventura back in the court, in the federal courtroom building, telling them, no, we think he should get 11 years in prison because if y'all let him out, he gonna do X, Y, and Z to me and my family. Man, bitch, you got $30 million. That man gave you $30 million. Bitch, go build you an island somewhere in another country. Take your family with you. Yeah. Go ahead and build you a motherfucking house somewhere on the island. Take your family with you and just be done with it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't satisfied. You asked for 20. The man gave her 30. Y'all heard that? She asked for 20 M's. Puffy gave her extra 10. Gave her 30 M's. And she still ain't satisfied with it. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, people say, well, you defending somebody that's a sex offender, this and that. Listen, I'm not defending shit. At the end of the day, my thing is this right here. If they partook in this sexual predator shit with Puff Daddy, I feel as though they should be held accountable just like Puffy. He shouldn't be the only one fighting for his freedom. It should have been everybody else. Jay-Z name was mentioned. But you know, Hove is Hove, man. Wasn't nobody going for that with Hove. Ain't wasn't nobody going. No motherfuckers knew Jay-Z ain't had nothing to do with no shit like that. But you got to think about all the other people that was mentioned, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, at the end of the day, man, y'all know I try to stick, you know, on my level, you know, politics and stuff like that, man. But like I said, somebody hit me up on Instagram and they initially told me that Puffy had got sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. That's what I was told. But as I'm looking at it on my phone, it's showing otherwise. It's like Puffy ain't even been, the judge ain't even sentenced him yet. The lawyers are still hashing it out, duking it out, trying to figure out, you know, what type of agreement they gonna come with. You know, they want 18 months probation. Cassidy and the other victims, they saying they want 11 years in federal prison. Whether the judge is gonna grant them that, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just sitting here checking it out. Let me see. I thought I just had it up. I must not got enough views to see it. Yeah, that's what it is. Damn, I don't even have enough views to see it, bro. Well, anyway, yeah, I definitely got to get off this live stream here. I believe in the beginning he really did force her, but then after time she started enjoying. Yeah, Frank. Oh, Holly Gainworth, appreciate that. Yeah, Frank, you right, man. I think that's what it was too. He was kind of like forcing it on her, and like you said, over the course of time, she started falling in love with it, and it went from there. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, bro. He's going to get time served, I'm telling you, because all of Trump's prosecutors are not good. Well, yeah, she was with it, gang. Yeah, she was definitely with it. I mean, like, if y'all, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been really following the trial like that. Like I said, someone just hit me up and asked me if would I come on here and cover about 15 or 20 minutes of it. And I was like, shit, sure, because, I'm getting ready to take a shower, get shaved up and get dressed and go with the family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get prepared for my aunt's funeral tomorrow. And somebody just wanted to know if I would come on for a couple of minutes and talk about it. And I was like, sure, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have a problem with doing that. You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, excuse me, at the end of the day, man, it's each his own. And with that being said, guys, I'm finna spend some time with my family, you know what I'm saying? So I get back with y'all whenever I can. I'm out. Peace.